right now. Probably wondering how the fuck a proud Samoan lesbian woman with a beard got into a Latino show. I know what I look like, okay? I've done the research by looking in the mirror for 2 hours straight when I was tripping balls on LSD. A round of applause, who here's dropped acid before? So yeah, we've got some weekend warriors in here. I love dropping acid. I think everybody should drop acid at least once a month. I love dropping acid. Last time I dropped acid, I went through this trip through time and space, and I came up with a realization about myself, something I never thought about before, and that is I am a feminist. Real. I'm a real feminist because I got boobs and I refuse to wear a bra. And I wrote that joke on acid, by the way. Man, I cannot believe live stand-up comedy is back. I didn't know this was ever going to happen again. You know, everybody suffered during the pandemic, but comics also suffered too because of the pandemic, all the comedy clubs closed down, all the theaters closed down, all the laundromats closed down, all these weird places I performed at closed down. So I had to do what I had to do to survive, and so I started doing comedy on Zoom. No love for Zoom here or anywhere. You hate talking to you on Zoom. Imagine trying to make her laugh. That's Zoom comedy. And like it got really competitive because there's a lot of shitty Zoom comedy shows. But I got this residency on a great comedy show that took place every single Saturday at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And it was crazy. We had the same audience every week, so I could come up with new material. And so I told this story and somebody tried to get me fired. And you guys are like family to me, so I'm gonna tell you guys a story. And it's a true story too. It's a real story, it's really happened, okay? So, I'm making love to my wife on the bed sideways. Because that's the best way to fuck when you're a fat guy with lower back problems. So, I'm on the bed sideways, got my hand on my wife's hip, and I'm fucking the shit out of her, right? Fucking the shit out of her, she's making all the sex sounds. So I know I'm doing a real fucking job, I'm fucking feeling that fucking pussy. And out of nowhere, she grabs my hand from her hip and places it around her throat, and she says, "Choke me." So I said, "What?" And I don't know if she got possessed by a demon, but she was like, "Just fucking choke me." So I don't know if I saluted her, but I was like, "Yes, ma'am." So I choked the shit out of her. And she's like, "I'm coming, I'm coming." Squirts all over the bed. Hit it like a champ. So that's the first part of the story. Second part of the story is that I'm making love to my wife more recently on the bed sideways because I'm still a fat fuck with lower back problems. So I got my hand on my wife's hip and I'm fucking the shit out of her. But this time she's screaming, she's like, "Oh my God, you fuck so good! Oh my God, your cock is huge!" Because this is my story. Oh my God! So I wanted to surprise my wife and show her what I learned. So out of nowhere, change the position of my hand from her hip and I place it around her throat and I start choking the shit out of her. And she says, "I'm not in the mood." said, this one's for me. This is a joke. My wife's Mexican. You wanna know what the fucking problem with that story is? I'm not a better looking dude. Like if I was a hot college lady, would be like, yes! I wish you showed me out. But I'm a fat guy with tits, so that shit ain't happening. So at any rate, somebody didn't like that story, but that fucking story fucking killed on Zoom. Fucking killed. Some fucking lady wrote an email to try to get me fired. Okay, who the fuck writes an email to a free Zoom comedy show during a global pandemic? A white woman with too much time on her hands, that's who. Y'all fucking yelling at Karen. You know why they call Karens? Because they're caring about the wrong shit. For reals. So this lady trying to get me fired for the Zoom comedy show, she wrote this email titled Drop Victor Pacheco. Drop Victor Pacheco, and in this email she decided to really talk shit about me and make shit up. She was like, Victor Pacheco gets all of his ideas about he gets all of his ideas about rough sex from watching violent porno. And it's like, man, did you hear the part where my wife bullied me into placing my hand around her throat? I mean, my wife's Mexican. Do you think I'd be able to tell that story and live? So my future on the Zoom comedy show was in jeopardy, and so I had to talk to the producers of the comedy show, and I didn't get fired because I'm one of the fucking producers. So we just laughed at that lady. Fucking jerk. Man, what's up with you, girl? You trying to holler at a thick stick named Vic? What's up, girl? Are you courageous enough to hop on board the Hispanic Titanic tonight? Because we'll go down together, okay? Just like the movie Titanic. We'll get naked, I'll dry you, we'll get wet. Then I'll fucking die, okay? No, for real, though, is that your dude right there? Oh, that's your husband right there? What's up with it, bro? You two trying to walk into a three-way after the show? Come on, bro, won't be gay, I got boobs. Do you two like elephants? Please stop heckling me. Guys, give it up for this Mexican lady over there. I'm just assuming she's Mexican because she's loud as fuck. Okay. Thanks for the confirmation. Okay. Appreciate that, man. Man, stand-up comedy is the best job on the planet. It's way better than my day job because when I'm not performing stand-up comedy, I'm actually a substitute teacher. All right, well then don't give it up for me being an educator. That's bullshit. You guys didn't want to clap for that one. What's the deal with that? Do I not look like a teacher? Do I look more like an out-of-shape janitor? Or... Like people sometimes after the shows, they try to test me. They're like, hey Victor, if you substitute teach, what do you teach? And I tell them the truth. I teach everything from kindergarten to 12th grade, continuation school. I teach everything but PE. Because I think it's really hypocritical for a 380-pound man to keep yelling at kids, keep running. Keep running, little kid. You don't all look like me when you grow up. Come on. Man, it's tough being a substitute teacher, especially when I gotta go to the suburbs and motivate kids to learn how to speak Spanish. Like, I really want to tell these kids some useful information they're going to use in the future. Like, I really want to tell these kids in the suburbs, hey, listen up, guys. You guys are really rich, wealthy, and privileged. So you guys are probably going to develop a chemical dependency. So it's probably in your best interest to learn how to speak Spanish. So you can get better quality cocaine at a cheaper price someday. So by the time you get done with my class, you tell all your friends you saved a bunch of money by switching to Spanish. Fuck yeah, man. My cocaine dealer used to give me grams of cocaine straight off the kilo for $30. Got quiet in here, I'm like, what's his name? For reals, man, like my cocaine dealer, man, he was like a brother to me. I never caught his real name, but we used to call him Little Bump Bump. Little Bump Bump is a perfect name for a cocaine dealer, especially my Little Bump Bump. This Little Bump Bump was a 4'10" little Mexican guy with cowboy hat, silver teeth, and boots. Little Bump Bump used to sell bumps of cocaine at the Mexican bars where they played bump bump music. You guys ever hear of bump bump music? Fuck yeah, this is a Mexican guy. You guys definitely heard of bump bump music. Usually comes out of a truck and goes bum, 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 bum. Or sometimes it goes bum, 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 bum. Depending on which part of Mexico they're from and how much cocaine the kids did. But Little Bump Bump used to sell bumps of cocaine at these Mexican bars where they played bump bump music, and he was just a fucking cool guy, man. Like, he was so cool. So I'm gonna be walking around with a petition, and I want you guys to sign it so we can get a Little Bump Bump back and make America great again. For real, man. You guys still don't believe I'm a fucking teacher, do you? Like, fuck no. Fucking hey, you do? That's cool. Fuck yeah. Well, dude, what's up with all these fucking sexy Mexican ladies talking to me? Why the fuck do I have to have a microphone for y'all to talk to me? That's pretty fucked up. Y'all stuck up. Anyway, that's fucking crazy, man. Man, I just moved here from Oakland. For real, man, it was tough being a substitute teacher in Oakland, especially when I had to go to the hood, which was everywhere in Oakland. For real, man, like, it was tough teaching the hood because a lot of the kids there had a really bad attitude and never wanted to do any work. Like, I had a 7th grade girl telling me in front of the whole classroom, "Yo, Mr. Pacheco, why do we gotta read out loud?" So I told her, "So you can stop talking like this." I straight roasted that bitch. And I didn't get fired. What? True story. That joke was brought to you by Oakland Unified School District. And you know, I'm not trying to pander. I really gotta say though, stand-up comedy is really fucking great. The best thing about this job is I get to go to a lot of exotic places where the people there think they're movie stars. I'm talking about places like Huntington Beach. Is anybody here from Huntington Beach? Man, fuck Huntington Beach. Okay, I got a problem with people in Huntington Beach. I did have this one incident with the police department. Like, for real, man, I was trying to get back on the highway to get the fuck out of Huntington Beach. This cop gets right behind me, puts on a siren, so I pull over to the side of the road so he can go around me, but he doesn't. He gets right behind me on the side of the road, he gets out of the squad car, walks up to my vehicle, takes out his flashlight, and shines it in my face. He says, "Excuse me, sir, why are you sweating so profusely?" So I looked at him right in the eyes and I told him, "Because I'm fat as fuck, sir. And I don't drink enough water. So I'm probably gonna die soon, sir. What's the problem?" He laughed and I died inside a little bit. If I didn't get that ticket, but he killed my high like a motherfucker. For real, man, you guys are a good crowd. You know why? Because you guys aren't that fucking drunk. Your comedy 7 nights a week. And sometimes people get so drunk they want to be part of the show. Like I had a heckler from hell, they said to me, and I quote, "You know what you doing up there?" To which I responded, "Jesus Christ, lady." If this comedy show would have subtitles right now, it would say unintelligible. But one of the best things that can happen to us when we're on stage is when we get somebody in the audience with a really hilarious laugh. Like I was doing this show and after every joke, a woman kept screaming out, I'm not even exaggerating. It's like set up, punchline, and I really tried to ignore her. But after the third, I started referring to her as my seal of approval. Oh yeah, she loved that joke. She loved that joke, but not as much as I love this crowd. But Victor Pacheco, check that.